What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Phaithful Phanatics show and a very, very happy Victory Monday to each and every one of you. I'm one half of your host this great morning, Dylan Davis. To my right, my faithful co-host, Scotty. And as always, we are streaming to you guys live on the DSM-Media Philadelphia YouTube and Twitter channels. So make sure to do us a favor, do yourself a favor. Check us out on Twitter first and foremost at DSM_media is where you can find us, and then make sure to check out the YouTube link. It's in our link tree. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, share it with your friends, family, any other Eagles fans that you may know that could enjoy the content. What a game, Scotty. What a game. We got a lot to break down. It started extremely ugly. The Boo Birds were out and proud yesterday at halftime, and they should have been. I'm not one of those people when your team wins 18 of their last 19 games where you should probably be booing them, but it was pathetic. And the same ugly questions about the passing game and the offense showed its ugly head early in this one, man. But something changed coming out of half. We're going to break it all down. Jordan Davis running almost 19 miles per hour to victory, baby. Digital Rems, I know you're going to be in the comments. Chris, what's going on, man? Scotty, happy Monday. Happy Victory Monday, bro. And it's a great day. It's a great day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is a great day to be an Eagles fan. Just another reminder of the journey that this team is on, the destiny, the end product that this team searches for, and why we are so confident that they will get there. This was just another example of how resilient the team is. Don't get it twisted. They dug their own hole, to say the least. So it's not that they go without any blame here. Give some credit to the Rams to start the show. They definitely came out firing after that first interception, that first drive. They had a game plan and it was working, man. They were stuffing the run. That was the focus. Shut Saquon down completely. And they did. They forced us to get out of our element that we started the season with so far through the first two games. And the Eagles decided that they had some answers in the second half. So it was great. It was great. I'm feeling good on this Victory Monday, man. That is one of the better games that we will see this season, quite honestly, just the way it played out from an Eagles fan perspective. Overall, yeah, great game. You know, like if I'm a Rams fan, I'm feeling like the Ravens did in week one.
Oh, right? I'm feeling sick.
It feels exactly like it. But at the end of the day, the Eagles stepped up, answered the call, and dominated the second half. Post that Jared Verse just like demolished Jalen Hurts, bro. So give him some credit. That is the hardest I've seen Jalen Hurts get hit, quite honestly.
He got hit like 2 or 3 times in this game. Like the strip sack that you're
Byron Young
got wrecked.
He got Byron Young on their defensive line is nasty.
On like the second or third drive of the game.
Yeah.
Look,
they're a tough team.
This game did a complete 180. That's just point blank period. It started out, Zach Bond obviously gets the early interception in Rams territory. Eagles take advantage, push it in. More drama, right? False start. And it was a false start on Tyler Steen. I am astonished with how much attention, the officiating crew must have had to put into that and was talked to about that play and how to officiate it. It's amazing that it wasn't called. Eagles go up 7-0. And from that point on, the rest of the first half, man, Lane Johnson goes down with that injury. And that changed really a lot of the game, right? Because they put in Matt Pryor, John Mechie, and Tank Bigsby can't control a kickoff. Like literally 7 straight kickoffs were dropped and botched and had the offense inside our own 15 or 10-yard line, possession after possession. It's given the defense short fields. They can't stop the run. Kyron Williams is gashing them. Puka Nacua is making every third down catch. Devontae Adams is burning them deep over the top. The defense was bad. The special teams was bad. The offense was lethargic after the first drive. It was ugly, man. And then you come out to open up the second half. Same thing. Dropped kickoff, right? Puts us in our own territory. First play, Matt Pryor beat off the edge by Jared Verse. Destroyed. Rams take advantage. All of a sudden, boom, we're down 19, and you're just kind of sitting back in your chair. The life is just sucked out of you as an Eagles fan, and then something changed. I don't know if Kevin Patullo woke up. I don't know if Nick Sirianni took over play calling. I don't know what happened. I'm not going to be a conspiracy theorist. As all that we know, Kevin Patullo decided to just wake up and become an NFL offensive coordinator. But they started to let it fly. You mentioned it. Saquon Barkley could not do Saquon Barkley things yesterday, especially against the Rams team that we saw him demolish in the past. But finally, you push the ball down the field. You let one of the best deep ball throwers in the National Football League do what he does best, and he drops it in the bucket to A.J. Brown down the right sideline, and that changed the game. Back-to-back plays, boom, Dallas Goedert streaking down the middle of the field, touchdown, and now the Lynx waking up, and now the defense starts to feed off of that, right? And then you start to get the ball to Smitty, and A.J. with those big, strong paws, Scotty, coming back for it on third down, breaking tackles, Emmanuel Forbes looking like a little boy on the outside. And that changed everything. It's very simple. Allow number 1 to push the ball down the field and get the ball to number 11. Get the ball in the hands of your playmakers, of your beast, of your best players. They finally started to do that. Jalen, after throwing for 19 yards in the first half, finishes with 226. I'm going to throw these two numbers back to you so everyone can finally shut the F up about this kid. Yes, there are going to be question marks about the passing game, but the question marks about the passing game have nothing to do with number 1's ability to throw the football. Jalen Hurts, when trailing in this game, Scotty, throwing the ball, was 18 for 28 for 212 and 3 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts, when throwing the ball past the sticks in this game, 10 for 15, a $169, all 3 tutties, and a 144.2 passer rating. The question marks never had anything to do with him. It's about opening up the playbook and getting a legitimate offensive coordinator in the building, whether that's Kevin Patullo or not. Something changed after halftime, and this team came back in a big way, man.
Yeah, no, well said, man. And I'll take it back to the first half, like the defense. I'm not sure that the defense played bad, man. I don't think that they did. I think they were just on the field way too much in the first half because the offense was so bad.
And special teams.
And the special teams, obviously, the situations they were putting the offense in, but that offense was just draining the life out of the stadium, the fans, the team, the defense. It was draining the life because it was just simply hard to watch. You mentioned Lane Johnson going down. They bring in Matt Pryor. And, I mean, it just you could tell Lane Johnson was out, right? Like, we've experienced that before, but it was on a whole other, like, new level. And then second half, boom, you mentioned it. I feel you. I don't think we should jump to conclusions or to conspiracy theories when it comes to play calling. It feels like Jalen took control of those.
Someone took control, felt like.
It feels like Jalen did. It looks like he did. Like, the way he was moving around the sidelines and talking to coaches. It looks like he did. They work together as a unit. They all can have credit for it, right? If Kevin Patullo, if we come out next week, first half, and it looks like this first half, and then it switches again, then it's probably not Kevin Patullo calling those plays. But for right now, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt that he and Jalen and Nick Sirianni worked together to open this playbook up and get this passing offense going. And the other thing, man, thank God we brought Fred Johnson back. Like, thank God, because I don't think you win that. You don't win this game without Fred Johnson, without Jordan Davis, without, so on and so forth. But Fred Johnson coming in to replace Matt Pryor after Lane Johnson
that's what I was like trying to get at earlier by tying it all. Like, everything changed because it took a Jared Verse strip sack to open up the second half and put us down 19 for them to go, oh, Matt Pryor can't play right tackle today.
Okay, so Matt Pryor wasn't – I was going to ask. Like, it wasn't a halftime switch.
No,
that was after that drive.
Play, and then they went to Fred Johnson.
Okay. So, I couldn't remember.
Point, like, about the defense, because I was going to get to that as well, man. Look, the defense looked really bad in the first half. They couldn't stop the run. But, like,
they couldn't stop the run. That's specifically,
But that's got to be tired legs, right? Like, you're on the field over and over again. The Rams are starting at their own 40 or around midfield over and over again. The Rams score 7 points in the second half. It's off of starting inside the Eagles' 10 on the Jalen strip sack. Like, the Rams might get shut out in the second half if Fred Johnson's playing right tackle to open up the half. So whatever it took for the coaching staff to just wake the F up in this game, I don't know, but it took all of that ugliness for them to finally say, okay, enough's enough, and start to let it fly. I do want to come back. I'm not ignoring this question. Chris asked, are we worried about Saquon at all after that game? He's worried that more teams are going to build off what the Rams did and stack the middle. Worried, no. I actually, in a weird way, take it as a positive because again, it's the Super Bowl. It's a game like this. It's a game like Dallas week 1 where Saquon has not done typical Saquon things, right? He's not rushing for 160 yards. He's not breaking off big explosive runs. And yet the Eagles continue to win football games. Saquon Barkley is going to have games where he runs for 200 yards, a $185, 2 big touchdowns. That's going to come. Again, if you want to keep treating this Eagles offense like the Chiefs did, like the Rams tried to do, then the OC needs to let number 1 do what he does best, and that's what took place yesterday. But no, I'm not worried about the rushing attack in Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's something to worry about. I think, like you said, if teams are going to sell out to stop it, yeah, I think teams so far this season have followed the Kansas City blueprint from the Super Bowl to shut down Saquon. I think Cowboys, Chiefs, and then Rams. Like, I think the Rams just did it better than anybody else so far this season. And we're going to see that at times. But I think as we continue to open up this passing offense, it's going to back that defensive off. They're not going to be able to pack the box as much. And we'll start to see that Saquon, we're not going to get 2,000 yards this year because the NFL is not going to allow it because the NFL makes adjustments year to year, right? And so that's what the Eagles had to do. And I think the biggest, it's more a positive than anything, was to see this team come out and be able to pass the football. And like, it sounds so fucking simple. It sounds so like dumb, but like, we needed to see it, and we've gotten by without having to do it, but it had to come out in this game, man. And I just want to say, like, as we got towards the end of the game, we get to that field goal, man. I'm not even losing. I'm not sweating there. Like, I was accepting the loss, like, to be completely transparent with you guys. Like, I wasn't expecting a field goal block at the end of the game to be returned for a touchdown for us to win that game. I thought maybe they were going to kick the field goal and win, and we weren't going to complete the comeback. But I was taking it as a full-ass positive because we opened up the passing offense. And now they got confidence. Now AJ's moving. He's in a groove. And Goddard's in the end zone. And Smitty's in the end zone. And everybody's having fun. And everybody's involved. So I'm very confident moving forward. And man, was it a blessing to kind of get that out of the way before we go to Tampa next week, where you just know what you're going to deal with Todd
and
Bowles.
That Todd Bowles defense. Yeah.
And I do want to say one more thing, man. Yeah. AJ Brown, you said it earlier, the paws, the strong hands, just shrugging guys off of him after the catch. Him and Saquon, they fluctuate between the best players.
This game, this game did something for me in terms of AJ Brown, because I used to sit back and, you know, last year when he would make the comments he would make, and they weren't like specific dags, but when you, like, at the time when you understood the questions about the passing game, wide receiver 1 coming out saying the things he's saying, you know what you're doing. I didn't like it. Very prima donna-ish, very diva-ish. You see that performance by him yesterday. You see him fired up just after the first deep ball down the right sideline, shoving Forbes off of him, getting going, scoring the touch. I don't care. Get the man the fucking ball. Like, honestly, like, just get him the ball. Like, he deserves to feel that way. Honestly, he deserves to feel that way. And you're, like you were mentioning, like, just to see it. And when you say see it, I think it's very important, because I think we're on the same page. It's not see it like when some national media pundits come out and say, can the Eagles throw the ball? No. It was never like, again, we can just watch the Super Bowl. We can just watch the NFC Championship. Can the Eagles throw the football? Yes. It was very frustrating for us as fans, because they were like being hamstrung. Like they were being tied up. Like, you know, they can do it, but they're not calling the plays to do it. It's check down, it's screen, it's handle. They're not doing it. And then finally you see it. It was never, ever for me a question of, can Jalen Hurts throw the football?
I agree.
And that has been solved years ago already. Like, that's over. It's allowing them to use the talent that they have. I said it on the pregame show, and I was actually shocked when I saw it. They went 5 wide a handful of times. Yeah. You have too much talent to spread out a defense with and not try to utilize it. There's not enough talent defensively. They do not have enough guys to stop on a single play A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, Dallas Goedert, Jahan Dotson. No team has it.
I agree.
Put the talent on the field and get the ball in their hands. And they did just that in the second half.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think moving forward, just to kind of go back to, I believe it was Chris that put that comment in there earlier
Yes,
about the
about the
Saquon in
Saquon.
the run game, and if I'm Saquon, all I'll ask now, as we go into Tampa next week, and then I'm not exactly sure, maybe the Broncos or something after that, but
Yeah, coming
whatever.
up.
It's going to be a tough stretch of some tough defenses coming up because we have a tough schedule, to be quite honest. And if I'm Saquon, the only thing that I'm asking moving forward is like, can we just do that in the first half, in the first quarter, so that I can have opportunities for some
Yeah,
space to move the rest of the game? You know what I mean? Open up
because
the offense from
yes,
the jump. Don't
yes,
don't let yourself
because
be forced into it.
everyone thinks you have to open up the pass game with the run.
Right.
You can open up this rushing attack just as much with
Yeah.
the threat of airing it out the way you did. You open up a game like that, throwing the ball, they can't stack the box. They
Right.
can't cover up the middle of the field like Chris was saying earlier and stop Saquon Barkley that way. Then those holes are going to open up, and now you're at the point where the Eagles are just the best team in football, and pick your poison. And what are you going to do? Right?
Yeah.
Like that's what this was. I have one thing to point out
Yeah.
real quick.
What's up?
Going back, because I saw D-Rab mention a magical win, and I see Martian with the magic here. I'm trying to find it. It's from ESP, which I don't love quoting ESP, but week 3 in 2017, year obviously we went on to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Jake Elliott, 61-yard field goal to beat the Giants. Week 3 in 2024, Dallas Goedert, 61-yard catch to beat the Saints on, what was that, 3rd or 4th down last year. Now, yesterday, it was a Jordan Davis 61-yard field goal block and return to beat the Rams. All 61 yards, all week 3 of Super Bowl seasons. If you believe in magic, that's a number for you to grasp on.
All signs
right?
are pointing to it, right? Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that sounds very beautiful. No, I'm just looking at my takeaways though. No, I think magical is the right word though. I mean, like I said, I had lost a little bit of faith that we could win by the end of it. Like it just felt like it would be too much. You know what I mean? Like the Eagles are also going to get a stop at the end of the game.
You're not supposed to win when you're down 19 in the second half.
Exactly.
Against a team like the Rams.
It just, I look back on it. It's like, were we just trying to like challenge ourselves further in the regular season? Like just create like this like weird challenge for us. But no, I do want to give some credit to the Rams, man, because I was talking to Rams during this game. We were texting back and forth in a couple different chats, and to start the game, I'm sitting there. I'm like, man, this is why I have so much confidence in the Eagles because they can dominate the line of scrimmage, man. Like that is what football comes down to at the biggest moments at all times, and. He says 4 quarters to me, and I'm just thinking like, oh, that sounds a little salty how we started. And then they go up 19-7 going into half. They're dominating the line of scrimmage. Like they're running the ball down their throats. So the Rams flipped that back on me, man. And then, by the end of the game, I was saying, yeah, 4 quarters, man. Like, you're right. I should have believed in that myself, man.
No,
but
listen, the Rams are
resilient.
I agree with D-Rab. I agree with you. The Rams are extremely dangerous. The Rams are legit. But it just goes to show the greatness of the Eagles and how they are just on another level. Look, this game should have been – the Rams should have won this game, right?
Yeah.
The Rams had a chance. They gave us our toughest test last year in the divisional round. The Rams are there. They have a chance. But what I'm saying is, like, you had a 19-point lead in the third quarter. The quarterback had 19 passing yards in the third quarter. If you couldn't beat them, if you couldn't put them away then, I don't know that you're going to. Yeah. I don't know that you're going to get another chance to be in the position that you were in. I don't know that you're going to be at the 30-yard line with 3 seconds left for a chance to hit a chip shot field goal again to win, which we haven't even gotten to that yet. I hit it in the open. We haven't even gotten to the magic that actually took place in this game. But the Rams are excellent. They are excellent. They can be in the NFC Championship picture. They can be in the Super Bowl picture. But my question is, like, if not yesterday, when are you going to put the Eagles away?
It's a great point because you come out of this game and you ask yourself like, what, Puka's gonna have 20 receptions and 200 receiving yards? Like, what else are you gonna do? Like, Verse had a sack, strip fumble in your own 5-yard line where you got a free touchdown off that.
Yeah.
But
again,
I will say Stafford did miss some throws in this game that could have put this team away. Absolutely. I mean, Devontae Adams in the end zone, he could have had 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
There was a tight end
on third down. I don't know if it was to Devontae.
That was big. That was a big one.
Well.
That was a big one.
Listen,
but I mean, that happens in every game. Obviously, I think it goes both ways. But it is a great point, man. Like, if you can't beat the Eagles in that situation, plus 19 already, then like, what the hell is it going to take?
But to Martian's point, they didn't score after the fumble, which was gifted to them. The McVay, not being aggressive, that all comes down to the Eagles' defense in a sense. Early in the game, you could question if McVay should have been more aggressive in the red zone area, just outside the red zone, 4th and 3, 4th and 4. Do you go for it? They kept settling for threes early on in the game. Then he got aggressive in the second half when we were making our comeback. Big defensive 4th down stand gives the Eagles offense great field position, and I don't even think we capitalized off of that. I think if I remember correctly, I think we punted directly after that, but I could be wrong.
I think we did. Yeah, then got another.
Or we punted after the first block field. I forget. But we've had a punt once late in the fourth quarter, and then we got the ball back and went down, and Smitty ended up scoring. But that was the Eagles' defense. Making them settle for 3 was the Eagles' defense. To Martian's first comment, not scoring after the fumble. Man, if Fred Johnson's playing right tackle and Jalen doesn't fumble at the 8-yard line or whatever it was, the Rams might score 0 in the second half. The Eagles defense, as bad as it did look in the first half, some missed tackles, Kyron Williams going for 10, 12 yards, Puka, everything like the Devontae Adams big touchdown catch.
Yeah.
The Eagles defense was very good in this game.
Yeah.
And then you get to the special teams. And you get to Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, man. And it was just funny because they got the first block, and it was such a big block. And then we failed on the 2-point conversion. I'm just like, man, is that going to do it? Right? I don't know if they had no timeouts or just one timeout left at that point in within 2 minutes. And they go right down, and I'm like, oh, this is it. And then when you iced them, not that I had a feeling. I wasn't one of them. I'm not like, oh, they're going to do it. Like that's just people being hopeful. Like when people are like, I knew they were going to. No, you were just hoping that they were going to do it, right?
I don't think you could predict 2 field goal blocks in one game.
When we iced them, the camera got a glimpse. Carter and Davis never got up. Like, do you remember that glimpse of them like still in their crouch, and it was just 98 next to 90?
Yeah.
And like everyone else is like up talking like during the timeout, and they're just like talking to each other, crouched down. And I'm just sitting there like, these 2 motherfuckers, man. Like, hold on. And then I'm waiting to see the kick come over the line. I'm like, oh my God, that was as magical as you could possibly get. And those big mitts, those big paws, those big arms got up there, bro, and saved the game. Quite literally won the game. It was fucking awesome. It was one of the most exciting games, like regular season games I can remember.
Yeah, definitely, man. I think that was I mean, we'll look back on it. It could be the game of the year, quite honestly, the way it played out. It's so funny, man. Money motivates, brother. And Jordan Davis, he looks like a guy on a contract here. That man, you may as well put a bag of money instead of the football in that field goal recovery, bro. Like, he was gone. And rightfully so. This is what we've kind of been waiting for from Jordan Davis, though. And he's had his moments in previous seasons up until this point, but
nothing so game altering.
This 3-game stretch, because he's been great in the first 2 games as well. This was just a game where he gets his name on the board. He makes the biggest play of the game, but this is the talent that we've been waiting to be showcased in those big moments. It felt like Jalen Carter just kept getting them. And don't get it twisted. Rims just sent me a video, a TikTok, and I think it may be similar to something that you might have referenced earlier. But like on those field goal blocks, a lot of that is Jalen Carter assisting with that push through to help Jordan Davis get through.
Because he basically like wipes out the guard. Now Davis is just in the hole. Like,
he just go free, hands up, right, and gets the block both times. And so you do got to give Jalen Carter some credit there, but it was nice to see Jordan Davis push through and just get his name all over the place, man. He gets the post-game interview. And now, I was hesitant to call him like a staple in our defense. Like I was hesitant to call him like a star in our defense, quite honestly. Like I looked at Bond, I looked at Jalen Carter, obviously. Right. Those are the stars of the defense, but Jordan Davis looks like a star 3 games into this season, man, and he's always had the talent. He's showed us in spurts, but I'm just hoping he can be consistent across this season. And maybe not 2 field goal blocks in one game, but that hustle to tackle Matthew Stafford on that 3rd down where he's getting out of the pocket and could just be a backbreaker in the game. Jordan Davis saves us right there, chases him, hawks him down. He wouldn't be able to do that last season without that weight that he dropped. So it's wonderful seeing him hungry, man. Yeah. Seeing him out there really working hard and showing us everything he's got. But once again, just another,
especially with that unit being the unit that we lost the majority of our talent on in the offseason, right? That defensive line is what took the biggest hit for us. And not that Jordan is this pass rushing defensive tackle that, this get in the quarterback's face kind of money guy like Milton became, right? And Josh Sweat became. But the fact that he is, just another guy that is impacting games, right? Josh Uche is finding ways to impact the games. Darius Smith signing, finding ways to impact the game. And you're looking at all these guys you lost, and now you're going, all right, well, there's still a lot of talent on this defensive line. So, he might not be the sack total. He's never going to be the sack total guy. You're lucky if you escape a year with Jordan Davis having 1.5, 2 sacks, all right? But just for him to find a way to be that dominant, not just a run-stuffing defensive team, right? Yeah. Finding ways to make winning plays is the biggest.
He did have a sack yesterday too. I didn't remember seeing it, but I see it in the box score nonetheless. But those are great points, man. Adding on all levels of the defense and special teams, and it's just so ironic that special teams wins you this game. Like you mentioned
because of what Bigsby and Mechie were doing.
It looks like really just idiotic out there, man. It was getting embarrassing. I was just
I couldn't
throwing my hands up in the air.
It was like a sick joke. It was it just kept and they just kept alternating. It was Bigsby, it was Mechie, it was Mechie, it was Bigsby, back and forth. And you're like, dude, every time here comes the offense, 16-yard line. Here comes the offense, 10-yard line. Here comes the offense, 12-yard line. Like it wouldn't stop, dude. So I don't know. Not that they really switched. Like it's not like those two, became a threat down the end. But like you said, special teams was bad. Special teams wins the game. Defense looked bad. Defense comes up huge. Offense was awful. Offense can't be stopped. Like everything just turned around. Yeah. And to your point, you did this in a game where you lost Lane Johnson after the first or second drive. Like a guy historically that we do not win when he's off the field.
Yeah.
You came back against a great team and won that game without him. That's huge because I think he said he has a stinger and he should be ready to go next week. So, hopefully not something we have to keep an eye on. We'll see.
But Mechie what if security
waste of draft capital? I mean, as of yesterday, it sure looked like it, but we'll see. I give him Tank Bigsby at a point in time. I feel like should see the field offensively.
Look, it's one of these things where all it'll take is for them to make one big play in the playoffs, and boom, it's worth the draft capital. I think Tank Bigsby we gave up a 4th or 5th round pick for, and we have a surplus of picks, so I'm not going to lose sleep over it. But I think right now it is. I mean, it's kind of fair to say.
You cannot continue to put the offense at a disadvantage like that, and then return puts the defense in a disadvantage, and it's just this cycle that you couldn't stop.
It brings something up, man.
I don't know that we played a second running back yesterday.
AJ was on the field at I'm just saying this at one point, and it was on a 3rd down. I remember he came in. It was after I just remember the announcer.
He didn't touch the ball. I know that.
No one else carried the ball. No, he came in on a 3rd down. He was just like a pass blocker, maybe a release for Jalen, a dump off, but. No, there wasn't a ton of work yesterday for the running backs. If we're being honest, they had to start opening up the offense towards the end of the second quarter.
Right.
It looked really ugly. They were trying to pass the ball and they couldn't. But then in the third quarter, they were able to finally start passing the ball.
Which is why
at no point where they were running the football.
Why I love this football team so much, dude, and why I'll continue to say they are the best team in the National Football League. I want to say by a decent margin, bro. Not just the names on the paper. Again. Saquon had 46 yards yesterday.
Yeah.
That is not going to continue. You know what I mean? Like, find a way to beat this team. If Saquon can't run the ball, the Chiefs did in the Super Bowl, the Rams did it yesterday. Still can't win.
Yeah.
The Eagles can't throw the football. Saquon has 255 rushing yards. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, they're that diverse. They're that good offensively. They need the OC to allow it to happen. The clip did come out. Was it after the Goddard touchdown that Jalen went over on the sideline to Patullo and the other coach and was kind of not getting in their face, but kind of like addressing them a little bit?
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
I was going to bring this up. I was going to bring this up because it's such a good point. Like, Fred Johnson kind of saves the day yesterday. Mechie and Bigsby did what they did. You know, just thinking about how he did.
Dory and Bennett don't look good. But see, here's my question. And I honestly don't think we're giving – I know we give Vic Fangio a lot of love on this show, and I know a lot of people do. I think we're still underselling the job he's done through 3 weeks, bro. Like, we keep saying, right? We keep saying that cornerback 2 is such a problem. It's such a hole. Can you win with that, right? Yesterday, Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua. And it felt like every third down, every big play, it was Adoree and then Bennett getting beat. So it keeps seeming like a big problem. But then week 1, CeeDee Lamb had his. George Pickens had 3 catches for 30 yards. Yesterday, Puka, 11 for 112. Devontae had the touchdown. I give him that. But 3 for 56. Like, you see it. You know they're bad. They're the guys always on the camera getting beat. They're trailing. They're having to make tackles. But yet, the offenses can't bury them. The 2 wide receivers can't both. Like, you know what? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, we keep waiting for it to be like our demise. Like, you can't win with that. And then you look at the stat sheet afterwards and you're like,
I do agree. I just, the one overthrow from Stafford sticks in my head. The overthrow on Adams in the end zone. Like, that should have been a touchdown. That should have extended the lead. Like, I don't want to forget about those things because did Adoree get subbed in this game because he was bad, or did he get subbed because he was injured?
They said the same thing with Matt Pryor. They said he had a little bit of an injury, so he got banged up. Sure. But here's the problem, though, bro. Ja'Cory Bennett comes in the first play too. And then ends up getting beat the next 3 or 4 plays on the game-leading drive to go down for the field. So it's like neither guy is.
It is credit to Vic Fangio, to your point, though. Just being able to maneuver. We still got to figure that out, though.
For sure.
I don't think it's Adoree anymore.
You know what I mean? Acting like it's just something to scoff at and it's no big deal.
Yeah, but surviving with it. Yeah.
But surviving, yes, but like the Dallas game, you're talking about 2 of the best wide receiving cores in football.
Yeah.
Pickens and Lamb, Nacua and Adams. And they had good days. Lamb went for like $110 or whatever. Nacua went for 112. But Dak threw for under 190 and Stafford threw for 196. And wide receiver 2 had 56 and 30 yards in the 2 matchups.
Yeah.
Now, again, it's because Quignon only plays one side of the field. So Nacua has 112 basically on those guys often. So, like, yes, you do see them. They are ugly. Yeah. It does need to be addressed. But it's like we keep pointing at it like, you can't get away with that. You can't get away with that. Well, Vic Fangio is getting away with it.
Yeah.
And he's finding ways to shut them down in the second half of games.
Yeah, no, the adjustments at halftime, I think that's something that's been very, very noticeable in all 3 of these games so far this season. Defensively.
I meant to say this to you Friday, and I saw D-Rab made a comment about a halftime speech, and you just brought it up again. And I don't know, maybe it goes for different teams, but it is something that like I've thought about before. I'm not saying that coaches don't make their own adjustments and then maybe they start calling things in their own minds differently. But you know how we go in, it's like, oh, we're going to make halftime adjustments, blah, blah, blah. I believe it was the Kelce's on their pod. It might have been a different pod. I could be mistaken. But they were like saying, like someone like sent in a call or a comment asking about halftime adjustments, and they started laughing. Like and they were like, it's the biggest myth in football. They said they're like, you have 15 minutes to get off the field in the locker room. I gotta piss. I eat an orange. I'm back on the field warming up. He's like, there's no whiteboard out. There's no big rah-rah. Like, it's just you go in, you do your business, you come back out for the second half. So it is interesting when you think about like, what is the second? Like, I'm sure there's adjustments in terms of the coaching staff in the booth for the defense.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, this is what let's try to change this. But they're not going to Jalen Carter at halftime,
right,
and being like, this is what we need to do.
Right. No, I think it's more situational football. Like you said, the coaches get together maybe and just start thinking a little bit differently about the approach. Because I think like when I say halftime adjustments, I'm thinking about the first half. You come in with a game plan. Everything's moving so fast. You can't make those proper adjustments in the game. Like you can make the minimal adjustments play by play, but you cannot make those scheme-wide adjustments to just basically redirect your approach to the game. And that's what we saw. Maybe not defensively. Maybe it's just the offense was able to stay on the field and produce in the second half, which allowed the defense to rejuvenate in between, series. So I do. Yeah, it's a great point. I don't think it's like everybody gets together and like Jalen, is getting up on the whiteboard and draws this play. And he's like, yo, we'll send AJ here. And like, we got Smitty going this way and got it this way. And then they come out and everything's just wide open again. Like, no, it's execution. It's the approach. And it is adjustments in personnel, right? Like getting Fred Johnson in the game. So
which I don't know what the hell took. So like it literally took your
why's he not the first choice?
Getting buried into the ground and fumbling inside the 10-yard line for you to be like, that guy can't play right tackle today.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I do feel like AJ could have went into the locker room, just been like, yo, get me the fuck.
Yeah, no, that could be it. Just like, yo, like walking by, like, get me the fucking ball. Look, man, we've talked about, I think, every phase of the game. It was an unbelievable game, but I just want to put more praise onto QB1. Like, it's the Jordan Davis game. It's the 2-block field goals. It's him running 18.5 miles per hour to the end zone to finish it off. So exciting. This is why Jalen Hurts wins, dude. Like, that's all the dude does is win football games. Oh, you can't throw the ball down the field. I showed you the numbers. All he can do, all he does well, I'm not meaning that literally, but what he does well is throw the ball down the field. You can't, it's a great catch by AJ. Dude's got his one arm, he brings it in with the one hand, gathers it, but you can't drop that in a more perfect bucket.
Yeah. No,
he was unbelievable in the second half, dude. He was methodical. Those drives when you need it, 4th and goal, you get down, it's 4th and goal. You're like, oh my God, they're going to get this close and not come away with it. Nope. Smitty by the pylon. Great throw, great catch, feet in. Let's go. Like he was so effing good in the second half of this game.
Brother.
Take the goddamn training wheels off of this offense and let him do it, man.
I swear he had the biggest run in the second half as well. I think he broke off an 18-yarder in this game.
Yes, down to the side.
But he had a big run in the second half that you could just feel the steam picking up in the engine, man. It was just getting going. That you mentioned that AJ catch. That is what started it all. But yeah, to continue what you were saying about Jalen Hurts, I mean, it's weird, man. He always finds a way. And I think Eagles fans, like it's good that you said that because I think Eagles fans really need to start, like, appreciating. And I'm not saying that we don't, but, like, appreciate it on another level because this is the best quarterback in our franchise history. Like, we get to watch it in modern day play out. He might be the best leader in franchise history for all I know. Like I can't speak to that, but he looks like it. The way he leads through his play and the things that he says, like he's just somebody said it on TV this morning. It might have been Andrew Brandt on Good Morning Football. He said this guy is just wired different.
Yes.
Didn't celebrate during the field goal block and return. No. He just stood there like a fucking.
But then he's fired up with his teammates in the locker room. You saw him and Jeffrey Lurie and Howie.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't
have Jordan Davis interview, man. Like he's all over the locker room.
Yeah, bro.
But just such a leader on the field.
I was wrong on the pregame show. It wasn't 19 of 20 at that point. It was 18 of 19. Now it's 19 of 20 straight wins for this team. And that only loss is the Washington game in which he led 14-0 before being taken out with the concussion. Jalen Hurts has not started and finished a football game and lost since Tampa Bay of September 29th last year. And I don't need to keep reminding everybody that that's the game without A.J. Brown, Lane Johnson, and either and Devontae Smith. Yeah, because I think Dotson was wide receiver 1 in the game.
Yeah, because Smitty, he got concussed in that Saints game. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
so the last time Jalen Hurts lost a football game in which he started and finished and had his teammates was week 2 against the Atlanta Falcons last year.
Yeah.
That's the last time he lost that's the last time he lost a real football game. All the dude does is win, bro. And you mentioned like the coolness on the sideline. So it's like they kind of go against each other, but it's like because he's so calm, cool, and collected all the time, he doesn't need to be in a rhythm. He's not a rhythm quarterback, right? He can make throws at different times. It can look ugly, and then boom, drop in a basket. But you texted me about fired up Jalen, and you see some of the clips. When he's going, like that Washington game in the NFC Championship, when he's fired up, when he's got that swag to him, there is no stopping those drives. Yeah. He's not coming off the football field. So he doesn't need to be in a rhythm, but he is in a sense like as good of a rhythm quarterback as you can get into, bro. When that train is humming, there's no slowing it down the tracks, dude.
Yeah, no, it's so well said. After that Goddard tutty streaming down the middle of the field, by the way, Jalen, he was just so fired up afterwards. It's like you could just feel what they were about to do. And it's like I said, like I didn't get the full overwhelming feeling that they were going to come back from 19 down and win this game against a good to great Rams team. But I definitely knew we were about to figure some things out in this game that are going to be very important moving forward this season. And to Martian's question about, when are we going to talk Tampa? We'll talk Tampa later this week, of course.
Yeah, I got too much time before that.
That game, the way it felt so much like Tampa last season.
Yeah.
But the difference was that they broke through. Like, it feels like a bigger it's not a bigger win than the Super Bowl. Like, it's not a bigger win than a playoff win.
I know.
But that is a pretty big win in the last 2 regular seasons. When you talk about wins that you will go back to in moments of doubt and say, we did put on a second half like this. Like, that gets your confidence back immediately. So
but he did not play in this game. I just pulled it up to make sure because he got knocked out in that Saints game.
Knocked out.
And I remember talking to you about Dotson having to step up and be wide receiver 1. It was Goddard was the leader for 7 for 62. You had Grant Calcaterra, Paris Campbell, Jahan Dotson, John Ross, Jack Stoll, Johnny Wilson. That's who it was. So,
and I want to say, is this before was Baker in Tampa Bay before last season?
Yeah. But
he was okay. So this is his third season.
Baker's been here for 3, I think. This is his 3rd year.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. I was gonna say maybe it was maybe before we knew Baker was explosive in that offense. But
outside of a playoff win, this is as good as it gets. And what I would say is, to your point, Scotty, as well. And someone commented, I don't know if it was Martian or D-Rab earlier, talking about or no, it was Remy. Remy said about putting the games on prime time because everyone's giving us our best shot. See, that's another thing. If you can't put the dog down now, when are you going to have the guts to? Because every team, all the narratives all week. It's revenge. It's revenge. It's revenge. It was the same way for the Chiefs. It was Dallas on banner night wanting to give us their best shot. Now it's the Rams coming in, and you still couldn't put the king away.
Yeah.
So my question, they're going to lose games. The Eagles are not going undefeated. They're not going to walk through the playoffs to a Super Bowl. Hey. That's not what I'm saying. They are going to get tripped up throughout the season. They're going to lose a couple of games. The schedule is very difficult. And there's going to be injuries that occur. Things are going to happen. But my point is, when this team is full go, when they're fully healthy, I don't care who is lining that shit up across from them. You can't bury them.
Yeah.
And yesterday was a perfect example.
They dominate the trenches, man. It's what we've been saying like the last, the last 2 years, man. They dominate the trenches. They dominate the line of scrimmage. It's why the tush push. It's the staple of the team because they dominate the line of scrimmage. That's why they're so good at it, because Jalen dominates the line of scrimmage as well. Yeah. Like, that is what we're talking about, and that is the basis, the fundamentals of football that it comes down to when it gets cold out, when shit gets tough, when it gets rough, and they have shown that they can stick through it, man. So I love everything you said there, and we're just going to continue to see this team continue to build. That's what's crazy. This is week 3. and there's still so much room for growth, but they've also shown so much in the same sense. So
yeah.
I'm just I'm interested to see this team keep playing, keep figuring it out more. But man, how do you leave that game not feeling like on top of the world?
Right, and you are about to get another team's best shot in 6 days. You are getting a 3-0 team at home who I think is getting healthier. I know on the broadcast yesterday they mentioned Chris Godwin could be making a return this week, so you added. I do know Mike Evans got hurt, yes. So Tampa's banged up. They're banged up on the offensive line in their wide receiver room. I don't know if Evans is a go. We don't know if Godwin's coming back. If he does come back this week, what's it look like? How active is he? So they are beat up, but you are getting an undefeated team that would love to be the team that that beats the Eagles. They just keep beating the Eagles. Baker is the Eagle killer, right?
Yeah.
They would love to start 4-0 with handing the defending champs their first loss. You are going to get their best shot as well.
Yeah.
It's just another task. It's another quiz to just pass. And it's just another step, man, towards a bigger goal. And I think it's what this team knows, but so exciting.
It's ridiculous.
An exciting game. It's funny because I remember saying to you on the pregame show, like, as much as I want to see the offense get going, the passing game open up, I would just love another ugly win just because it would make people mad. Yeah. Boy, did we get I mean, in a sense, it was an ugly win in the beginning, but like, boy, did we get the opposite of like boring. Yeah. Like we got all the drama you could handle in a football game.
And they cover the spread, ironically, down 19.
Cover the spread. Jalen goes over his passing yards. AJ gets his receiving yards. Bunch of guys scored. Jalen 2+ passing touchdowns, team total. I mean, it was a cash cow if you bet on the Eagles yesterday.
Absolutely, yeah. I wish I would have bet more. They were down, bro. They were down 19, and I saw +6.5 at like plus money, and I was like about to hammer it, and I was like, you know what? If they come back and win, that will be enough for me. Like, I don't even need it, and I don't need any further heartbreak with the game either. Like. But I did want to point out, it slipped my mind previously. That's why I was kind of stuck there for a second. Look around the rest of the NFC as well. And this isn't to say that the Eagles are this impenetrable force, but Green Bay dropped the game first. So
dropped the game to the Cleveland Browns, in which Jordan Love has the biggest turnover of the day in his own territory. So again, everyone wants to keep pushing their narratives about teams and quarterback play, and he's the best quarterback in the NFC. If I was building a team, I'd go with him. Yet he's the one that makes the mistake and kills his team against an awful team. Meanwhile, one guy leads his team to come back against the LA Rams, and we're going to keep making excuses, and we're going to keep talking about this. Shut the fuck up. God, dude.
I'm just looking at the NFC as a whole, man. Looking at the Commanders, and they got Marcus Mariota out there. They won, whatever. Like, they get the W, but whatever.
Like, this
the
is
Vikings with Carson Wentz, and
every month stretch, every 3-week stretch where the Eagles, lack in the passing game, and the conversation is going to continue to come back up. And like, the main headline on like Get Up today was, "What did Jalen Hurts prove?" He doesn't have anything to prove.
What did he prove? I don't know.
He's the reigning Super Bowl MVP.
Ridiculous.
You fucking morons. Find a new slant. Find something else to come up with. Because, again, we're in another year, Scotty. Give it till it's week 12, and people are talking about the passing game again. This will be the game. This will be the half. This will be the comeback that you point to and go, that's my example. Like, what do you mean? Like, what else? Why do you keep needing to be shown? Why do you keep needing to be proven wrong? Because that's all the dude does is prove the idiots wrong, win football games, make the throws when they need to be thrown. I noticed someone's not in the comments today. Did you notice that?
Ah, yeah. That was so funny, actually.
If that first half
I didn't even notice, but yeah, you're right.
If that first half would have continued the way it was going, I promise you,
absolutely,
that Eagles fan would be in the comments fucking running victory laps right now because the quarterback didn't play good and the passing game sucked. Quiet today.
Yeah, we're talking about Mr. Pumper. I know who you're talking about.
Listen, I love you, Brian. I love going back and forth with you. But you're there when anything goes bad, but you're not there now.
Nothing to say about Jalen's awesome performance.
If the Phillies sweep the Dodgers in the NLDS, he won't be on the victory show. If they lose game 1 of the NLCS, he will be in the comments talking about this team not having enough. That's what he does.
You didn't want to celebrate Victory Monday with us, Brian.
Yeah, it's all right, man. It's all right.
Was
Lions, Ravens,
it was a Jalen showcase. I get it.
Where do you lean with this game, Scotty? I know you texted me Ravens earlier.
I do, yeah. I lean Ravens. I am keeping my eye on the Lions tonight. I definitely want to see what they got because once again, just scouring the NFC, seeing who the best competition is really going to be in the end. But I just think the Ravens at home, that just gives me enough to have some faith in them to put this one away.
Yeah.
But yeah, there should be some points scored tonight, to say the least.
See, that's where I was like,
what is it, 53.5 or something?
53.5. I don't know, bro. I just here's what I'll say. Look, we know what the Bills did against the Ravens, and that defense and how they made them look.
Yeah,
and I know the Lions are very explosive, and they showed that last week against Chicago. I don't know that the Lions are going to be methodical enough against this Ravens defense. I think the Ravens defense is going to be extra physical tonight.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry did not get going. If I had to give a play right now, it's 1:30 in the afternoon. I haven't really looked at anything. Derrick Henry over 87.5 rushing yards.
Yeah, that sounds good.
The spread's 4.5. So because you could love the number on either side. If you think the Lions have a chance to win, give me 4.5 points. But if you think the Ravens win,
interesting. It blocked out the 4.5.
Winning by they can win by a touchdown, they can win by 6, whatever the case may be. The over, that's where everyone's eyeballs go to. No one likes an over more than I do. Sure, these two offenses could go for 70 plus tonight. Primetime game, something tells me under.
Once you get to game time, you'll be feeling the over by then.
Yeah, I know. Just like yesterday.
What you want, you know what I mean? It's what we
yesterday.
Want.
Before we get out of here, yes. I still can't believe that Bears Cowboys over didn't hit. I mean, what do I have to do to get on the right side of the gambling gods? I have streak. I go on very, very hot streaks. Not going like this. I go on hot streaks, but my cold streaks.
Did they end with 45? 45? Was it 45 they ended with?
They ended at 45. I had over 49.5. They scored 38 in the first half. And those two offenses who could not be stopped in the first half combined for 7 points in the entire second half.
That CD injury fucked us for sure. Because I tailed you on that. And
also, I had 100% live boost, put it on Javonte Williams. The Cowboys got down to I needed 5 more points. The Cowboys got down to the 1 yard line of Chicago. Javonte Williams got tackled at the 1 yard line of Chicago to make it 3rd and goal. And they decided to throw back-to-back passes, one of which went out of bounds, and the second one Dak threw one of the worst interceptions you'll ever see in your life. And then Joe Milton comes. By the way, like this is just what I'm talking about when we talk about the Cowboys. Like just such a clown organization. I don't know if you continued to watch the game, Scott.
No, I honestly dozed off. I was like super.
Let me fill you. Let me fill you in. All right, let me fill you in. So the Cowboys are down 31-14. Right? They throw the interception or whatever, whatever they did. The Bears have the ball inside their own territory. With like 5 minutes left, 4.5 minutes left, the Cowboys start using their 3 timeouts because they want the ball back. They're down 17, right? Well, they force a 3 and out, Scotty. They use their timeout successfully. They get the ball back with about 4:40 left. Joe Milton comes in the game.
Got to get those reps.
What did you use the timeouts for to get the ball back if you were conceding the football game? And then Joe Milton drives him down the field. Joe Milton gets to the 15-yard line of Chicago with less than a minute left. I just need a tutty. He throws a pick in the end zone.
You just need a garbage time tutty.
Throws a pick right to Kevin Byard, no less, in the end zone.
Magical. Magical.
Right to him. Former Bird. Yep.
The Bears, man. What did I tell you on the show yesterday on Turf Talk? Yeah. The Cowboys, there was just something about that game against the Bears, dude. Something that just was screaming at me that the Cowboys were going to cowboy. They should win. They should have won. Caleb looking like an all-pro.
It'll be fun to talk about on Turf Talk on Thursday.
No doubt.
The Gators. Yeah, dude, I wasn't watching that game on Saturday, but I didn't even realize they were covering. I don't know if you had spread or what number you had it at, D-Rab.
Had them over 21, over 20 and a half points.
Well, they were covering in the fourth quarter against Miami, and then like lost 26-7 or something. Like,
yeah, it was gross.
Yep, it's good stuff. It's real good stuff. But guys, that is going to do it for this Victory Monday edition of the Phaithful Phanatics Show. As always, we appreciate each and every one of you for tapping in, especially you guys in the comment section. If you guys want to be in the comment section and be interactive with us like you've seen throughout the show, you have to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's the best and only spot for us to see your comments and pull them up here with us. Subscribe.
Yes,
Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to the Turf Talk YouTube channel. We'll be back later on in the week breaking down Eagles-Bucks. Red October is right around the corner.
Yes,
2 series to go. 6 games left for the Fighting Phils. They come home to take on like the Twins and the Marlins, or the Marlins and the Twins. Wrap it up. Get a first-round bye. Funny enough, we didn't really get to talk about it. The Mets no longer control their own destiny.
I know. I saw that.
If no one else saw that, that is hilarious.
Hell yes.
Because then, if that is the case, I will become the biggest Cincinnati Reds fan ever in the wild card round against the Dodgers if the seeding lines up the way it stands right now. So we'll have a lot of fun. Sixers basketball training camp right around the corner, preseason right around the corner. We're getting close to October, man, so it's going to be a lot of fun, our busiest time of the year. Tap in, follow, subscribe. Go Birds, go Phils, and we'll talk to you guys later on in the week. Peace out.
That's right. Go Birds. Ring the bell.